Here's another great lesson I learned from my weight loss coach. When you're in a situation where you don't necessarily have control over the food, focus on the variables that you can control. My family took a little overnight trip this week, and we stayed at a hotel that served both breakfast and dinner. Here are the variables that I focused on and why. Like most families I know, we have a budget and it does not include spending money above and beyond what's necessary. So if we're staying at a hotel that serves 2 meals, we're gonna eat both meals there. The biggest challenge of eating out when you're cutting weight is fat. Most restaurants, the way that they make their food taste so good is they use a lot of fat in it. So with that in mind, what I focus on is eating foods that are high in protein, low in fat. I also go low on simple carbs, carbohydrates, not because they're bad necessarily, but because I'm trying to balance out the amount of calories that I would get from the high fat content of the place I'm eating. And then I fill in with as many veggies as I can. That's how I really bolster up the meal so that I don't walk away feeling hungry. So with that in mind, here is what I ate for dinner after we checked into the restaurant. So I got really lucky. The restaurant at the hotel was serving chicken fajitas. And chicken fajitas are a great option because chicken tends to be a lower fat food and it gives you more options for what's being served. So for me personally, I cannot have gluten. That has nothing to do with calories or weight. That has to do with just an intolerance that I have. So fajitas are wonderful because you can put them on tortillas, but if they don't have corn tortillas, which they do not, then you can have them on a salad. I actually chose not to do the salad because right now the United States is dealing with contaminated salad. And so I'm just generally staying away from salad when I go out to eat. But I did put some tomatoes on my plate to give me some veggies. And then I also included some corn chips and also black beans. And then I drizzled a little bit of cheese on top. So if you're looking at the whole plate, the meat is the thing that's the main event. And that is very much intentional. I believe I actually went back and got seconds of the meat. So it was quite good. And it had bell peppers cooked into it. So I got veggies in that. I felt nice and satisfied after and did not have to break the caloric bank, as it were. And then here's what I had for breakfast the next morning. So in this picture, you'll see the main event again is protein. They served a Mediterranean egg scramble. So it had some feta cheese in it. It also had sun-dried tomatoes and spinach. I was okay with the spinach despite that issue with contaminated green veggies because the spinach was cooked. I also included a sausage patty. Now, sausage is high in fat. So this isn't my typical option, but the bottom line is I just needed more food than just that egg scramble. I knew I was going to be hungry. And so I went ahead and went for the sausage patty. It was delicious. Pork sausage, because it's so high in fat, I would not have more than one of those though, because for every gram of fat, it's 9 calories, whereas for every gram of protein and carbs, those are each 4 calories. So foods that are high in fat, they just end up racking up your calories so quickly. So I just went for one. And then I included a few breakfast potatoes as well, just to give me some flavor. And then of course, an apple and black coffee. And of course, I also traveled with the snacks that I believe I did a video about maybe last week or a couple weeks ago. I also had those snacks with me. So I knew if I wasn't gonna get super full at dinner or at breakfast, I still had snacks to depend on in my room. So all was well there. My name is Sarah. I'm a weight loss coach. Follow me for more tips on how to lose weight and still be able to stay in hotels and even eat there.